Good morning, everyone. I'm Joseph Najjar with OzArab Media, and I'd like to thank everyone who's tuned in today to listen to my interview with the manager of the Islamic Women's Association of Australia, the New South Wales manager, Hamdoush. She's joined us today to discuss her organisation, as well as an upcoming peace walk to be held on Sunday, the 24th of September. Once again, I'd also like to thank everyone who's tuning in via OzArab Radio and listening to our live stream. Sue, thanks for joining us. How are you today?
I'm good, thank you, Joseph. Thank you for having me.
It's our pleasure. Just to start off, tell us a bit about IWAA and the services that you provide.
Well, IWAA was established in 1990. It is a non-for-profit organisation, and it was established by the CEO and founder, Galila Abdussalam, OAM, who responded to a gap which was identified in Brisbane for women from multicultural communities. Today, we deliver services for the culturally and linguistically diverse communities in aged care, disability services, settlement services. We also have an overnight respite for men and women over 65, and we have a safe house for women and children escaping family domestic violence called Sakina House. We provide services in New South Wales, Queensland, Victoria, and South Australia. And nationally, we have just over 500 employees speaking 41 different languages. So we pride ourselves on giving opportunity to not only clients from multicultural communities, but also employees.
Okay. So the organization has existed since 1990. When did you join?
I joined 5.5 years ago, and I originally started off as a return to work mum. I previously worked in the corporate world and wanted something more family friendly. And we've had some significant growth in New South Wales, and I've been given the opportunity to grow in my role as well.
All right. So the organization, on average, how many people does it help out per year, let's say?
So we have reoccurring funds with our aged care and NDIS clients. So we usually see a growth in that aspect. With our refugees, we assist approximately 1,200 individuals per year, and that includes newly arrived refugees, students, participants in workshops. For example, between 2020 and 2022, our settlement coordinators delivered respectful relationships in schools around New South Wales and Queensland.
Okay. Sue, I'm sorry, I believe you cut out there. I apologize, ladies and gentlemen. It just seems we are having some technical difficulties. Let's see. Sue, can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
I believe you actually just cut out for the last part of your answer right there.
Yeah, so I was saying between 2020 and 2020.
Apologies once again, ladies and gentlemen. We seem to be having continuing technical difficulties. I'll see if I can get this resolved right now. Sue, are you still with us? All right, we might. All right. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I've spoken with the tech support and with Sue behind the scenes. We've just run obviously into a little snag with technical difficulties, but she is back online now. All right. Hi, Sue. Welcome back.
Thank you.
My pleasure. So yeah, once again, ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to apologize for the technical difficulties. They do happen from time to time, especially when we do interviews online. We say that we live in the tech age, but honestly, it's more like tech headaches, in my opinion. um, but so back to your last point. You mentioned you see refugees. Um, how many per year since
So
20?
approximately 1,200 refugees per year, and that includes newly arrived refugees, students, participants in workshops. So, for example, between 2020 and 2022, our settlement coordinators in Queensland and New South Wales delivered the Respectful Relationships workshop to more than 1,500 students in schools around the state. So it varies from year to year, but it is a very large number, and we pride ourselves on having that power in the market.
I do have to ask. Let's say in the last 4 to 5 years, obviously there's been some major global events. There's been the COVID pandemic, of course. There's a war in Europe currently going on. What country have you seen the most refugees come from in these years?
So, as you mentioned, it varies from year to year depending on what's happening in terms of who's at war and civil unrest or collapse of government. When we commenced our settlement services in 1992, it was the settlement of the Bosnians and the Somalians.
Of course.
But in the last 5 years, we've seen more Syrians, Afghanistan, Iraqis, a lot of Russians. So it does vary depending on what's happening in countries overseas and who Australia has opened its borders to.
Okay. Speaking obviously on wars as well, IWAA is organizing a peace walk for this Sunday, the 24th of September. How exactly will the event promote peace?
Well, we promote peace every day in everything we do. And if that's by assisting someone in one of our programs or if assisting someone from a multicultural or called community, we're still seeing people experiencing racism, if that's what you want to call it. Unfortunately, it still happens. Cold communities are still being discriminated against because of their ethnicity. So we believe that if we celebrate the International Day of Peace, which is on the 21st of September, we want to conduct a multicultural peace walk where we have people from all different walks of life. So people from our First Nations communities who are going through a significant change with the October 15th referendum coming up. We invite people from Muslim and Christian and Hindu and Judaism and Buddhist backgrounds. We want to include refugees and migrants. We want to include everyone who's come to Australia for a peaceful life, and that's what we're promoting. We're promoting peace.
Okay. Well, obviously the peace walk encourages all religions, all ethnicities to take part in. So essentially, you could say this peace walk, or would you say that this peace walk is also a peace walk for world peace, not just peace in Australia and perhaps an end to racism in our nation?
Absolutely, it's world peace, and we all come with a common goal, and that is to live peacefully in our community, to live and work with our friends and our families. So we talk about world peace. We know that it could be a very far goal to reach, but it starts with us. If we can all promote the same goal that we all believe in, one day we will get there. And we're in the 21st century, and it's still surprising that in the National Talk Survey in 2021, we found that 3 in 4 Australians with non-European ancestry said they've been discriminated against because of their background. So this event aims to strengthen and unite the community and build a connected and socially cohesive community.
I'm assuming, obviously, people who may be partaking in the peace walk on Sunday, perhaps a large number of refugees you may have helped out. Obviously, I assume they're still close with IWA. When most of the refugees who have currently moved to Australia, what did you find was perhaps their biggest struggle or issue in trying to adapt to society? Maybe besides the obviously the wrong and evil racism they may have experienced?
Well, we all know that one of the most common issues is the increasing cost of living, especially since COVID 3 years ago. We've seen an increase in the amount of food hampers and assistance with general household items, in addition to the financial burden and lack of housing. But as you said, it's still those refugees that are claiming they come from cold communities and they feel that they're still being discriminated against, whether it's in the workplace or whether it's socially or in the supermarket. They still feel that they're not being given a fair go because they still hold a heavy accent or they don't quite understand English like people who were born in Australia would.
Okay. To conclude, people who may be struggling to come to Australia, or who may be struggling with the issues we've discussed, or even people who just want to partake in the Peace Walk on Sunday, what's the best way they can reach out to you or your organization?
Well, Sunday the 24th from 10:30 a.m. till 3 o'clock p.m. at Go Whitlam Park in Earlwood, just on Bayview Road there. It's open to everyone. You can give us a call on 1-800-004-922. Visit our socials, IWAA Australia on Facebook and Instagram, and our website is www.iwa.org.au.
All right. Well, I will be looking forward to this. This is the first form of exercise I have taken in 6 months. So I'm really keen for that. My body is not going to punish me at all for this. But Sue, I'd like to thank you for your time today, for joining us at OzArab Media to discuss a lot of the noble work you do. Ladies and gentlemen, my pleasure. Ladies and gentlemen, please feel free to come down for the Peace Walk to see me huffing and puffing, a young, fit 22-year-old man. And once again, sir, I'd like to thank you for joining us.
No, thank you, Joseph, and thank you, Oz Media.
We appreciate it. Thank you, guys, and God bless.